all packed up. Okay, this isn't really a hunting video. We're gonna be hunting, but the real video is about the 22 Creedmoor. So Derek from Horizon Firearms loves the 22 Creedmoor, and he said he's killed over 100 deer with it. And I kind of feel like, I don't know, I'm a little skeptical. Like, tiny little 22 caliber bullets, is that ideal for hunting deer? So we're gonna get to test it out. The tiny backstory here is, I mentioned to him after a little podcast that, oh, my nephew never got to go on his first hunt. I'd like to take him out because my brother died a couple years ago. And he's like, what? Let's go. I got a property we can go. And so I thought, man, that was super thoughtful. And so anyway, we're headed to South Texas now. And we're trying 22 Creedmoor, see how it performs on deer.
Chevy Malibu trophy truck.
Whoa!
Don't skid out.
I know. All right, one of the cool things about the 22 Creedmoor is this. This is not something that I've seen before. So this is Hornady Precision Hunter. This is shooting an ELD X bullet, thank you. And this is the ELD Match bullet. But you'll notice something interesting about it. They're both 80 grain bullets. Normally, if you have just the same grain weight, it doesn't mean they're going to shoot the same. But these have, intentionally been engineered so you can go shoot your match, have your match ammo, and then your precision hunter ammo. So we're going to target out at 600 yards. 600? Is that what we're shooting?
600.
600. And they tell me that they should fly the exact same. So we'll start with the precision hunter. All right.
Oh, dead metal. You see the
Sweet. Now, the ELD match. You can't tell the difference between them. When you look at the two, they look exactly the same. I love how little recoil there is on this thing. You can just see so clearly through the scope. That was pretty cool. That is not something you see every day. So that's a pretty cool advantage of the 22 Creedmoor. You can just switch between ammo. Shoots just the same. All right, truck's just dropping us off. We're kind of in the middle of 4 kind of cuts in this. The vegetation is so thick, you would never see anything if you're just in this massive stuff. And so these senderos, these cuts along here are kind of the only place that we can see things. So we're kind of set in the middle of a 4-way here, and we're just gonna sit out for the evening, see if anything comes in. They're just driving off, but there's a buck right on the skyline right there. Oh, shoot, he just disappeared. I didn't see which direction he went.
He'll be gone. So my notion here is that the best bet is probably shade to this side, but find a spot where you feel comfortable. You can get a little light.
Maybe up here to get over grass.
Something like that.
We just saw a buck up here. Kind of crawling into position. It was just up in the senderos, straight ahead in front of us. There were about 5 does that just kind of been wandering back and forth in there. And then this buck just kind of appeared behind them. They were all kind of looking behind them, so we thought one might be coming. It's not giving me a shot. Come on, buddy, turn around. Got it. Shooting.
Okay. Another one. You got to get it on him.
That's funny. I was nervous about it because we didn't see him, but he's just right on the side, like 5 feet from where he was shot.
I thought he was a little farther back.
I thought he was in a little bit. Holy cow, look at that, dude.
That's heavy antlers.
Wow. Dark they are. Thank you. That is awesome. I have not shot one with that dark of antlers. Is that common?
It is. Here we've got some genetics for the dark antlers, the chocolate colored deer.
Dude, that is awesome. Got a little extra here. That is a beautiful deer. He's nice and thick in here.
It's got a lot of mass, and I like that G2 that he's got right there.
How cool is that? I hope the other guys had that experience because that was awesome. Cleaning this deer out, found the bullet, jacket and core together. This is the 80 grain ELDX right against the offside hide. That is just what you want to see. Whoa, look at that. Seriously. Sheesh, that is a feast. It's a cornucopia of Texas barbecue.
We call it the barbecutery. Oh, and
That's a high five for both of you.
cherry
That is like the most impressive meal I've ever seen. A little bit ago, we did the one MOA hoax video. The purpose of that was really to talk about rifle warranties. That, you know, companies are guaranteeing one MOA, but often that's a 3-shot group and it's capable of achieving it in how many shots and stuff. Because you shoot enough, eventually you're going to get there. That was the kind of the point of it. But what we learned by happenstance is Emily and I spent 5 days at the range with our sign asking people $50 if you can come shoot a one MOA group. No one was able to achieve it. And so we were nervous. We're like, oh man, this video is going to get eaten up. So we had to go home and grab one of my guns so I could do it, so I could show, like, the point wasn't that it's impossible. It's that it's a little bit more rare than you might think. So Derek has insisted that we try this. So this is no warm up, nothing. We're just grabbing this Horizon gun and we'll see what we can do in 5 shots. This first 5 shots. No funny business. All right, coming up on the target here. Bottom target, top left. This is the very first 5-shot group. No warm up, no other trials. First try on the first gun. Here, but I think we are easily in an inch here. Right in there. No problemo. One MOA challenge, absolute pass. All right, we got the second gun. Just tried it just for fun. And we are inside half an inch on that one. 5-shot group. That's pretty cool. And the interesting thing about this group is this is the 8th through 13th shot this has ever had through that gun. Good morning. Ruger's just getting ready here. And we are headed out to hunt. Looks like an incredible place. You ready for this?
I am.
Got your cool jacket?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, random announcement. The backstop recoil pad exploded with interest. Thank you so much for the support. It was wild. So much so that we had to stop orders for a while until we can kind of catch up. But now in the video, you guys get to meet Sammy, my nephew. The last time he shot a bolt-action rifle was the rifle shooting merit badge when he was a kid. So we trained him up a little bit on shooting, and we're going to try to keep shots as close as possible for him during this hunt for obvious reasons. Just near everywhere out here. We're watching these 2 Senderos, one in front of us and one to the side. And we had one buck come up real close, but it was a young buck. And we've seen a couple others kind of walking out there, so we'll see if they come in. Right there, 3 bucks all together. Trying to identify the old one.
We just ran into the
Just double check. Are you super steady on him?
Smoked him. Good job, buddy.
Things are not looking great here. We've been looking, 3 of us, for 20 minutes. We have 2 sets of video of the shot. We know exactly where it ran. We just have not found it yet. Man.
Hey, Bubba.
So dog has a GPS tracker. Man, it's so cool to see a dog doing its thing. They live for this, you know? Everything in orange is where he's been. He's just been through everywhere. There were a dead deer in here. We've watched this video like 1,000 times. Here's the theory. I think it's right. So when you watch it really, really close, we think what happens is, here's the left angle, here's the right angle. The vapor trail comes in, goes right between the legs, just shaves right below the animal, clean miss. So then you say, but wait, the fur moved, right? Like it just expanded, like a, Trooper was saying, like a balloon just kind of inflates and pushes everything out there, right? 100%, yeah. And so what we're gonna do is, so this is science, okay? We're gonna get a bath mat, you know, kind of heavy material, just like the fur. And we wanna go shoot, because every time you shoot paper, you know, it's always pinned against a target backer. But we want to hang the bath mat and shoot right in between it and see if the vapor trail really has the force to push that fur out without actually connecting with the animal. Because that's what it looks like. Science time. Nothing. Didn't even budge. Yeah, theory debunked. It was not the vapor trail. But it also wasn't a hit. Because the next morning, sure enough, the same buck comes out. This time we're calling him Ripple because of the ripples Sammy made on his fur from that close call.
Still a back one. You see the back one? Okay. Stay on him, let him turn again now. He's got that other one in front of him. He's got the one in front of him. Yeah, but we don't want to hit the one in front of him. He's gonna go the other way. Right there. Okay. Yep, go ahead. Oh, you missed.
No way.
Yeah, you missed.
Unbelievable. It's a miss. It's a heartbreaker. It's not a far shot. But we noticed something as Sammy was lining up to take this shot. He kept trying to look through the scope with his head kind of crossing around it. And we started to wonder, maybe he just can't see through the scope with his right eye, and we need to try left.
I shoot left or right?
Whichever one that you want to hit. Do you want to actually test eye dominance on him, or just let it go left?
Pretty confident. Just even him looking and pointing the gun.
Okay.
It's like exactly what happened with Ryder.
You can see the spark. Yep. Definite hit. Okay, let me load the magazine and try something here. Okay, that was good.
Good job. Good job.
I'm chucking a dead one in there to see what would if you were kind of jumping. You had a tiny little movement when it goes off, but you're pretty steady. So Sammy's 2 strikes on Ripple.
I shot him, and then I shot it, and then I looked up.
This is what he did in the
He
brush.
says, "You missed it." I was like, "Oh, what? Oh, what?"
Okay, so what are you gonna do different this time?
Shoot left.
Well, somebody must be saying their prayers this week because day 1 we see Ripple, day 2 we see Ripple, day 3 after this deer being shot at twice, we get to the spot just like clockwork. He's back.
Sammy, I think you might be the luckiest hunter ever. We've been here for 10 minutes. And what comes up down there? The same buck. He's back for more.
Ripples. I will get you this time.
Okay, we're going aggressive on this thing. It's at 500 right now. We're gonna go down this other path to the side and then cut across. There's a little trail and see if we can pop out a little bit closer to him for a shot instead of waiting, because it's just crazy that he's here. We've got to seal the deal. It's about to get real. We're just hustling up on this other trail, kind of parallel to the buck. We're just gonna pop out, see if we can set up. He just showed up.
Go ahead.
Did I get it? I saw a signature above it. Well, we just reviewed the footage of Sammy's finger, and apparently he thought his trigger was a trampoline that he was going to take a nice bounce off of. That is not how it's done. The trigger doesn't go like, ka-chow. Like, you gotta just gentle on her.
I was feeling like I was going slow, but I guess I jerked it.
We're learning here first time. Hopefully you got it. Well, here goes nothing. We're almost to the spot.
This is where those binoculars that leave a pin came. But comes Creedmoor with blood.
Hey!
Let's go. Oh, that's such a relief.
I've never been more happy to see blood in my life.
Isn't that crazy? People always say, "Oh, you don't believe with the 22 Creed." Look, dude, that X bullet.
That's a good amount of blood right there.
So, jump in there.
Heading right that way.
There he is.
Yeah, baby. Look at that.
Boy, you caused me trouble. Oh, that's so cool.
Put your hands on him. First human to ever touch him.
Yeah.
All right, Sammy, you got him, dude.
Finally. After 3 shots, we finally got him. Just gave him 2 warning shots. Finally came through.
So first hunt. That's a dang impressive buck to start your hunting career with. Holy
I don't know how much
cow,
better it gets in
dude.
this, but I'm gonna try.
Wow. Awesome.
I think I've begun my addiction.
Pretty cool, man.
Where's the perfect shot to hit it if I were trying to aim at a target or something?
Okay. Well, okay, so the traditional shot where we can't quite find the entrance here, but it looks like, that's the spot. That's where most people are going to shoot a deer. Very reliable shot. You got your heart here. You got your lungs here. Now, we measured it on that other buck, remember? Mm-hmm. How big the heart and lungs is. You guys, this is kind of interesting. So, people talk about pie plate accuracy, right? Well, so we measured on a 177-pound, pretty big-bodied white-tailed deer what the vital zone is. It was 8 inches tall and 9 inches wide with a decently fist-sized area at the bottom right where it's just not vital. So it's actually a small target, even on a whitetail, and a pronghorn even smaller. Anyway, so that's the traditional spot right there. Great spot, gonna take it down. But if you feel, in fact, if you put your finger right here, you can feel there's a knot right there.
I can feel that.
And so if you hit right there, it's gonna get into spine. We're in bone here that just becomes a grenade going into heart and lungs. If you hit it here, it is just like the windows, dun, 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 dun. Like just the deer just thump. There is no two ways about it. It like immediate 100% of the time. Mm-hmm. So I like the high shoulder shot, and that's usually what I'm doing. The benefits and drawbacks to a high shoulder are if you go a little bit too high, there is just meat up there. But that's not going to kill the deer. It's got a little flesh wound and that's it. What we want to do is just ensure we never get it in the guts. And so I like this shot because if you miss high, the deer is going to be fine. No big deal. If you miss low, we're into all these vitals and stuff. You miss left or right, and we're right along the spine, which is going to be very, very lethal. So that's where I am aiming, high shoulder. Been out hunting all this time, but I want to take at least a second because we got to show this gun off. So the one that I have that I showed on the channel is the Vandal X. Yep. This is the Venatic Carbon.
Yep.
So this is Horizon Firearms that you started 10 years ago building guns out of your garage. And now I looked at your place and you guys now have Stiller Actions and Iota stocks and then Horizon Firearms is the whole thing. They are shooting exceptionally well. Now that I've been able to shoot a few of them, like the thing that I notice about this is that it's, has a modern stock, long range kind of stock, but it's also really lightweight, which is kind of rare to see both. 18-inch barrel.
18-inch barrel, fluted barrel, and then big difference between the Vandal and the Venatic is really our Wombat action, which is kind of our first in-house design, 22.5-ounce skeletonized action that we're making bolt and everything in-house, so we can really. So that's the big difference between those two series, and you see it in the weight big time. So yeah, you're cutting about half the weight of the action by going to the Wombat.
Dang, that's a lot. What makes an accurate gun?
Like if you could control, there's so many things, you know, the barrel, the bedding, the stock, the trigger, the everything. What do you put kind of at the top of your list of like when I'm building that? First thing is you got to have this in place. What is that?
Ooh, that's a hard thing. I think that there's like 3 big things that I look for. One, obviously the tolerance between where the barrel and the action made up. Like that has got to be square and dead nuts in terms of headspace and straight. And then second thing, crown. To me, like we talked about it earlier this week, it doesn't have to be a 11-degree target crown or a varmint crown. It has to be a concentric crown. And then the third thing I look for is the recoiling surface of the recoil lug engaging properly and squarely on the stock, right?
Oh,
so
I've never thought about that.
You want to basically transition this recoil to you. If you're doing it uneven or it's only catching in one hot spot or the other, I've seen that make a big difference. It's really those 3 things to me. And if you can get those right, that's why it's so nice about Horizon. I'm not trying to plug ourselves here, but we control all the pieces. Right?
Yeah,
So
that
we
is
can we
cool.
can control this. We make the barrel. We make our own stock. So instead of having to bed every single gun, we can adjust the program to match exactly what we're making.
Very cool. Well, they're shooting good. We'll see how they do on the rest of the hunt.
Awesome.
After all that excitement, ready to head out again. Ruger, I can tell it's game time for you.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
You're pretty keyed up. You're just ready to pull the trigger on something.
Yeah.
Well, you guys better watch out, because if he doesn't find a deer, it could be anything. All right, just got dropped off on the last morning. Literally 5 minutes into the sit. There's 5 bucks behind us.
On you. When you're ready. Oh, great shot. All right, you reloaded on standby?
Whoa! Look at him. All right.
Shot him over there, walked 5 feet, died.
5 feet, and you're shooting from up there? Uh-huh. Man, that 22 Creedmoor has been impressive. It took them right down every time. Looks like that shot's right through the lungs.
Yeah.
So after everything, we shot 3 deer. Every shot was either a pass-through, or in one case, the bullet was on the offside hide, shooting 80 grain bullets around 29, 70 feet per second, because these are short 18-inch barrels. The terminal damage was really, I mean, I've seen a lot of deer killed with 6.5 Creedmoor, 6.5 PRC, and it looked pretty similar. I mean, it brought everything down, and so I was a skeptic to begin with, but honestly, 22 Creedmoor is awesome, and the best part about it, I think, is just that light recoil that you can see so clearly through the scope to know what happened. Thanks to the guys from Horizon Firearms for hosting us here, and be sure to congratulate my nephew Sammy on his first buck. He did awesome, having not shot in a long time, and coming back into it. It was just really cool to get to share that with him.